Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Danganronpa Part 35. In the previous video, we unfortunately learned of Sakura's death and the fourth investigation has begun. So it's been a few days since the last video, and so I've had some time to kind of muse a little bit over some ideas, some initial theories before we actually start learning hard evidence. So the one of the theories that I presented that I liked, but I now don't anymore, which is that Toko is the one who killed Sakura using poison, and it's regular Toko who did the killing, who doesn't have to fit with Genocide Jack's like murder prerequisites because she's her own separate being, right, with her own personality, so she could theoretically break the pattern that Genocide Jack has. The only problem with that is that Toko killing, like, that her killing someone means Byakuya dies, right? Like, indirectly, because the only way she would get out alive is if Byakuya dies, and since she seems so infatuated with him, I don't think she would do that. Because, I mean, she's either killing herself or killing Byakuya. So I don't think Toko's an actual suspect, which leaves Tagami as the prime suspect number one. The second theory, it's a little far-fetched, is that it's Hina, and it's a little far-fetched, but I gotta say it because if it ends up being true, I will be an actual super genius. Sakura let Hina kill her so that Hina could get free. That's my big, like, that's the craziest theory I got right now. But let's actually investigate some and see what we can figure out. Because Hina wouldn't, because we assumed that poison is involved. Hina knew about the poison. Hina knows that Sakura drinks protein all the time. I don't know. Some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved it. Because Hina would obviously not be a suspect. So I think the idea is that maybe Sakura lets Hina kill her so that she can almost assuredly get out scot-free. You know, and get free or whatnot. And maybe Sakura feels guilty. I don't know. It's kind of a far-fetched theory, but I gotta say it out loud. Because if it ends up being right, oh boy, I'm gonna feel like so smart. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can, it's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. She must have gotten this from the Chem lab?
Just a second.
But that's strange. What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. Those must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Yeah. Why does that matter?
So...
Can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. So that maybe means there was glass already there?
What?
What do you gotta say? Now, yes, you have been my number one suspect for all 3 cases so far. But I'm sure it's you this time, you fuck. I'm not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I better go before he crushes. He can't crush shit, okay? He's a little B, and I'm not afraid of him. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and there are top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? This must have originally been a bottle. There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a bear chest. It's a bear knight. He's riding a horse. It's a Monokuma figure. Interesting. Looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Huh, that's... You recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, so as soon as we get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back into my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
I mean...
I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've all lost their flavor. You know. Polka dot candy wrapper. Huh. Yeah, what else is there to look at? Okay, we got some blood over here. That's probably pretty suspicious. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Why is it so dang purple? Or pinky. I guess it's more pinkish than purple, but... Same shelf full of magazines. It's all kind of different magazines here. Let's look at the bottles. Oh, do they have the... Oh, they have the figurines inside of them. Inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. Yeah, they've all got chess pieces. What I'm worried is, how did they get those figures inside the bottles?
So...
It's no different than your standard ship in a bottle. Yeah, but that's arcane magic that no one knows how it works. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that? Yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle? I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. It looks like there's two missing. Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. I mean, Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? But that wouldn't kill you. I mean, I feel like that wouldn't even hurt Sakura, if I'm being honest. I think it's safe to say the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. I think it could have been used, but I would hesitate to say it's the murder weapon. Thing over here. The chair. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. That's what you think. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon, so roughly an hour ago. Is that when Kyoko and I were moving Alter Ego?
What the heck?
You already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Yeah, Hiro is also someone we have to suspect. So, I mean, those are the three suspects. I don't think it's Toko. We're gonna put her on the back burner for now, just because her killing someone doesn't make any sense. Just because of the way the rules work, where if she ends up being successful, Byakuya dies. Right? And I mean, her sacrificing herself doesn't really accomplish anything. Like, say if she kills Sakura with the knowledge that Togami knows and can out her at any time, like, it doesn't really do anything besides kill Sakura, who's not like an existential threat to Togami. And if anything, just makes him like enemy number one afterwards. So I don't know. From like a game theory perspective, it doesn't make any sense. I did kind of skip that dialogue. I didn't read any of it. Let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her, you know, right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me, said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. She wouldn't listen. She said not to worry. That was all she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. You know. It's impossible to not have regrets, I know. But the fact that she asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place that she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Yo, Tsugami, what you think about it?
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. Oh, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. And it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Yaka said he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Alright, we'll go hang out later, right? Oh, what's going on over here? Yo, there's like handprints. The locker's open and they're on the inside. It's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing there? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
It looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left it behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, do you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group?
Wrong.
Fortunately, that's not a possibility. Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before you opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, it was open. Yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
indeed.
There's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Looks like we've investigated everything. Oh, well, we haven't looked at Sakura's body. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she also had vomited blood. I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Now, does poison qualify as an injury? Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. I mean, that seems to be everything. We talked to you.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
She certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit, so how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Yeah, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. The door is the only way in and out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window. It happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening, and there was no evidence of the door's chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Okey-dokey.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, if you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I ain't learned shit. Yeah, I think so for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? Gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. Yeah, that's one way to put it, Makoto. He's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with the two other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Alrighty, get me out of here. Yeah, but like, I just want to leave. Yeah. How do I leave? Those two other people probably went back to their rooms. So, who's still alive? Hiro and Toko? Where's Hiro's room? I know Toko's like right next to us, isn't she? Or near us, I thought? Byakuya, Junko? Oh, Junko. Haven't heard that name in a long time. I pressed the doorbell. Ding dong. Bing bong, by the way. After a few seconds. Hello.
Who's there?
I mean, there's only a few of us left at this point. You should probably remember our name and our face. Most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Well, I mean, for like, right now.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
He didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. She slithered? Alright.
What do you want?
Did you want to talk to me about something? I suppose. I want to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Sakura already told me that she had asked to meet with him. She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess it's totally obvious now, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going to go back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Okay, Toko's account. Well, hero, Celeste, bunch of dead people, Leon, there he is. Press the doorbell, ding dong. After a few seconds.
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Actually, yeah, I just wanted to check with you about something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Has your special abilities awakened in you? Makoto, have your special abilities awakened? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. She should have cracked your skull. You piece of garbage. When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. Didn't she write you on a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in passing. Gotta be honest, this is super sus. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
Last time I saw her was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Well, it may be soaked in blood, and I put it in the incinerator, because I murdered her. Hiro's feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. The big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Oh.
Huh? What?
A candy wrapper? Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
I can't deny she has to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you excuse me, we're waiting for a reply. Hiro quickly... Okay, so that's mega sus. Like, that's so sus that it's almost not suspicious, because it feels so overt. Pocket trash. Not quite as catchy as pocket sand. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? Definitely have to look around at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about that protein can we found in the room in the rec floor. From the chem lab. Dude, can we go to the incinerator room again? I mean, they didn't tell us to come here, but it feels mighty sus. I wonder if we could, like, see anything burnt. Guess we don't have to come back through here again. Trash room. It's not involved. That's what you think, fool. Rattle, rattle. Hey, whatever happened to the whole thing about, like, cleaning duty? Like, wasn't that, like, a plot point they brought up back in, like, the first case and then it's never been revisited? Like, no one has ever had cleaning duty again? Mighty suspicious, I say. Did we ever spend our... We spent all our medals, right? Yeah. Because it's been a few days since the last video. So we're going to the chem lab. So let's do it with the map. Chem lab. Yes, the chem lab. I know where that is. It's obviously where all the chemicals are kept. Ooh. There's something on the floor. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. Yes, sir, I understand. Fuck you. can't click on it. It won't let me click on the bottle. Or move the cursor. I'm not really using the mouse, but... This isn't the first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. This feels like a zero escape puzzle right here. Looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. More importantly right now, what's that powder? That's powder? That is not powder. I have to be careful not to step in it. Is it powder? I guess it is powder, actually. I thought it was like a liquid. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. What about the bottle? There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. It definitely has a skull and crossbones on it, which is pretty scary. Kim C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? No. I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. And this powder must have been spilled.
In other words...
That's right, it could have only been around the time of the incident. That is really what happened, and it must be related to the case somehow. Well, can we take his word for it? I don't believe anything fucking Byakuya says. Let's see, what's on this shelf? Okay. What was it called? Was it called Kim C2? Kim... I don't remember. Okay, so that's all section A. Motherfucker. You just say everything is labeled A, but that one bottle clearly has a C? Okay, it's gonna bring it up. I was like, there's no way they didn't notice that. Kim C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? Accident? Okay. Looks like a lot of bees. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction and also alchemy to create the Philosopher's Stone. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
I think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world. Math is for nerds.
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers in the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. What about the one that we can't actually see the letter of? I don't think I have too much to worry about this shelf. On this shelf is... there's some more C9. From the look, I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These are like poisons and other powerful chemicals. So wait, wait. What was the thing we found? It's A2, so it's not a C. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving until unit C. Okay, so what we can assume is so the protein was from A, the poison was taken from C and put in A. So maybe, so probably what's in the drink is C9. Yeah, it looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A is dietary supplement section, because they probably took the lethal chemical and then just left it in the same shelf by mistake. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from section A. What concerns me is that in section A there was a bottle with a label from section C. What was a bottle of poison from section C doing in section A? Definitely something going on here. All right, we're getting some good intel. Yeah, but like I just want to like zoom out. Oh, the footprints. We still haven't looked at that. There are footprints? They're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. You can get to work on that, buddy. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop, chop. Okay, Makoto. Kick him in the balls. So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. Wow, that is truly incredible. Bottle. So, how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. Really? That seems... The footprints are pretty decent, but everything else is kind of bad, if I'm being honest. And I have no artistic skill, so I can't say anything.
I see.
Like, I mean, I think my drawing would be about as good as this is what I mean. So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight into that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Makoto,
possible.
are they yours? No?
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. Let's see, your feet do appear to be too big. Fortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? With how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are a really valuable clue. I'll take a good hard look at the powder. A bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. The bottle was labeled Kim C4. Looks like somebody left footprints in the powder. Based on the position of the footprints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Already taking a good look at the Kim lab. Maybe I should take a look around the rec room. What we should do is beat up Byakuya and shove his face in the deadly powder. You got anything else to say, buddy?
I see.
Makoto, I admit you have a good eye for spotting useful clues. Oh yeah, wow, we have such a great eye. We spotted the extremely obvious footprints. You also need to learn how to make use of those clues. Okay. Thanks for the feedback. The rec room. That is on the 3rd floor. Yeah, I forgot. We can run, dude! Now that Taka's dead, we can run in the halls. That would be funny if that was actually the way it worked. Is that prior to that, he wouldn't let you run in the halls, but after his death, you could run as much as you wanted. Because he can't enforce the rules of the school.
Hey,
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I don't know, dude. I told you, I usually, try to come to my conclusion before I'm presented with any facts and evidence. So, Hina did it. Calling it. It seems like the least likely. Like, it's the thing that you wouldn't think. So it's gotta be that, right? It could be Hiro as well. I mean, he does seem very sus, and I'm kind of surprised he hasn't killed someone yet. I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro told me.
I see.
So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. It's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. I feel like... So I'm trying to remember. What did Hiro say? He knew that the other people... I feel like he probably maybe actually went, and during the meeting, Sakura maybe mentioned Byakuya and Toko. Because I feel like they wouldn't have gone. But I don't know. I don't think any of them would have gone. Maybe Byakuya would have gone, because he's so, cocky. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. Okay. Something new, something new.
hey,
Lady, just fucking tell me, okay? Don't be all, ooh, I found a new clue. I wonder if you can find it too. The hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention, you're sure to find it. The chess pieces increase in order of importance? I mean, you got a pawn on one end, and... Is that a king? That's the king, right? It's been a while since I played chess. So, I mean, we're missing a horse and a queen? Well, the horsey's on the ground, but we don't know where the queen is. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Okay.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? Experiment.
Anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too? Oh yeah, just pick up every piece of glass. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya's not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. That Kyoko left the room. Nice fucking guard duty, lady. I don't really know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. Okay, just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting!
so then,
Oh, that's her. Is everything ready? Let's get to work. What kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
Got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected in one of the Monokuma bottles is still intact. Ooh, do you think it's maybe actually 2 pieces of glass? Like 2 glass bottles down there altogether? Why do you want to do that? Because there's definitely one is missing. That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done. Because if there's more
Listen.
glass on the floor than one of the Monokuma bottles, it's balanced.
in other words,
Each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Here comes the most important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? A normal assumption would be they'll either balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get all of them, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and
so
there.
then,
Let's give it a try. Okay, so it's definitely 2 pieces of 2 bottles then probably. The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought.
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together.
hey,
And I believe you'll arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Okay. What else do you say to look at? I don't even remember.
so,
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Got a label. Found this
Hey.
from the chem lab. This is all the
correct.
same.
So,
You got super upset.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure out anything. Would you quit criticizing me, lady? Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? I'm not taking her clothes off, okay? We're not a fucking weirdo like you.
whew,
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recall the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. Kind of thing I've grown up perversely used to. Don't fucking use that term. Don't use that word in the context of examining a dead body, Makoto. Although there's still some times... I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
it's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So,
I imagine it's because I have plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. I know what you mean, but... the connotation there is not a good one. Sorry, never mind.
hey,
Oh, she's got some powder. For shoes?
correct.
See that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Because she would have seen the
Hey.
powder at this point. She said she went to the chem lab, right?
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
It would seem.
So it appears she didn't suffer a single blow. Instead, received 2 blows to the head. So probably 2 bottles back to back. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. I don't know. I'm still like, I think it's Hina. As much as I hate to say it. The wrapper is maybe a plant on Yasuhiro. You know, she specifically mentions that, oh, no one else could possibly have it. No, and then maybe gave Hiro a bunch of it and hoped that he'd be a dumbass and leave some laying around or something. Like, I don't know. That's what my gut tells me is to go with the most unlikely option. Or the option that you wouldn't first think of. Because, you know, your obvious assumption is that, well, Hina and Sakura were like best friends. There's no way Hina would have killed Sakura, but I don't know. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Well, she is the ultimate detective, probably. What else is there to look at? A bloodstain. Oh, the magazine. This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey,
Something catches your eye. It's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. Picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. Toko? This is one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bold, bloody letters. It said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Toko, is this?
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. Dying message?
however,
Just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... It says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
And she's the killer, right? Well, they already kind of did that once. And they hit it more than they did this time, so we can't assume that means anything.
I won't forgive
It's
you.
settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but this seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Yeah. Unless they want you to think that it's too easy, and that then you'll realize it's the... What in the hell? My brain just died for a second there. They want it to seem like it's too obvious that you couldn't think it, and they knew that you would think it too obvious, so that it's actually means that it was Toko. Are we actually done with the investigation already?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
I mean, I thought it was fun.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then
Oh.
let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
That's probably the shortest investigation we've had so far. I mean, we did basically the entirety of it in this video.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
I guess there are less people to, like, question now.
See you soon.
Already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, whatever happens, I have to make something happen. Well, I mean, this is a great place to end the video. Once again, we call a video to an end before the ominous red door. The next video, we will begin the 4th class trial. And, figure out who killed Sakura. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. Bye, guys.